Welcome to your fourth session of the Dreaming Room. Something's happening here, is it not? Questions are arising, frustrations as well, fears perhaps, that this is all too much or that this is not enough, that you're beginning to get a taste of what you're doing here, of what your life is all about, or not. That the questions we're raising are stimulating your imagination or challenging you beyond your comfort zone, or doing or not doing what you expected would happen here in the Dreaming Room. Everything I've just said is true, and so much I haven't said for each and every one of you. The question is, how do you deal with it? Whatever your truth is, how do you open up to the reality that your life, whatever you may be doing right now, wasn't the outcome of a plan you made, but the outcome of thoughts and feelings and circumstances and expectations and hopes and desires you have no idea how they came about, how they influenced you to become who you are right now, at this very moment, doing the work you do, living the life you live. And that's true of all of us. Our lives are a mystery each of us are hoping to solve. We're not even sure what the crime was. That's how confusing life can be. So welcome to the Dreaming Room, where it's our intention to inspire you to begin solving the mystery and to discover what the crime was. What was the crime? It was the accidental nature of our lives. It was the loss of innocence. It was the loss of our creativity and innocence and imagination way back then when we were children, afire with imagination and creativity and innocence. That's the crime we're here to solve, the loss of our innocence. It's that innocence which lives at the heart of the creator, the entrepreneur, the wunderkind, the one in you who lives to create but has, more than you can possibly appreciate, lost the living edge of it, has forgotten what you've lost, has given yourself up to doing that most embarrassingly ordinary thing called making a living. You and I are not here to make a living. We're here to create a life. And the most creative way to accomplish that simply stated but incredibly challenging thing to do is to do it in exactly the way Steve Jobs created Apple. I call it the Jobs effect. And I'm saying to each and every one of you that you, just like that masterful creator Steve Jobs, can accomplish the very same thing as he did. But to do that, to come close to achieving that, is simpler than you might think. That's where you find yourself now in the Dreaming Room, at the beginning of Apple, at the beginning of your venture, at the beginning of the process I'm calling the hierarchy of growth, at the very first and most important step you must take in order to create the foundation for the enterprise you're here to imagine. Some would tell you that you need to write a business plan. I would say that's the last thing you need to do. Steve Jobs never wrote a business plan. Steve Jobs had a dream. His dream was to put an Apple computer in everyone's home. But that wasn't what happened in Steve Jobs' mind. What happened in Steve Jobs' mind is the question, what's missing in this picture? I want you to think clearly about that question. What's missing in this picture? Because as you take your next step here in the Dreaming Room, as you identify more clearly who your most important customer is and will be, the most important question you can ask about her, about him, is just that question. What's missing in this picture? Because I can assure you, something is missing in this picture. Something is missing in every picture. What's missing in their life? Indeed, if you were to ask that question about your life, what's missing in this picture, if you were to persist in asking that question, I can guarantee you that you would begin to make a list, and it would be a long list, but wouldn't be about things that are missing in your life's picture, the car you want, the house you want, and so forth and so on. It would be about the strengths, the meaning, the love, or the knowledge, or the understanding that's missing in this picture, the picture of your life. You've heard that old expression about handing a man a fish. or teaching a man how to fish, and the profound difference between the two. The world is full of people needing to learn how to fish. That's what Steve Jobs saw at the beginning of Apple. In short, when Steve Jobs saw an Apple computer in every home, he didn't see a computer. He saw the impact possessing that computer would have on his customer, the skills, the outcomes, the joy, the creativity, the personal power that Apple computer would transfer to his customer's life. So you see, your dream is not about a commodity, about a thing, about a service you might provide, a product you might sell. Your dream is about what that service or product would do for your customer, the profound impact it would have on his or her life as you teach them to fish. Come dream with me. Let's transform the world around us. What's missing in this picture? The most profoundly important question you will ever be asked to ask.
Write your own story, your life